Hi. I know this is probably a surprise. We've been talking about Queen being on a hiatus. She's on a little vacay right now with her bestie. And so we do have a pre-recorded show for y'all, but I'm just popping in to remind you to follow us on all of our platforms. We are broadcasting. I went ahead and decided to go with all of our platforms today to try and just get as many people as possible to watch this show. It's a really awesome episode. We've got a great interview with LaVaughn Hamilton. You have seen him on our show before on our cultivation episode, and I think we've mentioned him plenty of times in our Missouri conversations. So we hope you enjoy what we've recorded. I'll be hanging out in the comments, so if y'all pop in, that's great. We love to see you. Don't forget, usually we're just live on Twitch TV, Cannabis Closet 420. That will be our regular broadcasted shows when we are back. We will be doing next week as well. Another Missouri Part 2 hiatus. So we'll just be popping in. Hopefully Queen's got some great content from when she comes back. She's traveling around. And I don't know, I'm going to try and get this video up. And again, I'll be hanging out in the comments. Feel free to join me and enjoy. Let's see, how am I going to do this today? I'm going to have to talk, and I think we did talk about our sponsors throughout the pre-recorded show, so I won't bore you with those necessarily right now, but definitely catch us later. If you aren't tuning in live, we are on our Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. Of course, you can find us on our Facebook page and Twitch. Okay, what am I doing here? Trying to find a file. Got a little cheesel joint here today for my session. And ooh, this might be super easy. All right, guys. Well, enjoy our interview with LaVaughn. I'll check back in. Again, join me in the comments. Say hello. And we'll talk to you soon. Let's see. Let's get this playing.
Closet with Canna Queen and MJ, and today we are joined by LaVaughn from V9 Grows 420 on Facebook, and now back on Twitch. I heard. Ooh.
Yeah. What up? It's your boy. It's your motherfucking boy. All right. V9 Grows 420. What's up? What's up, Cannabis Closet? What's going on?
What's good? Well, we just saw you. So we just saw you in person for the first time. So much fun. In both Kansas City and St. Louis.
Yes, you did.
No offense to Kansas City. We had a good time in Kansas City. But St. Louis
showed up
and showed out.
Yep.
Every time.
Everybody, you see it. You see the hat. You see the hat.
Every time.
I told my nephew about the other hat. He freaked out, and I was like, sorry, you can't get it.
Oh, the cannabis hat.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Damn.
Cardinals fan. I know. I should have picked something up for him.
Next time, because we're coming back out. We're trying to come back out for August.
Yeah.
So we'll be out there, hopefully from MoCan, broadcasting live and sitting down with you in real life again. Now, we've already done an interview with you, but we thought we'd come in and shoot the shit a little bit and talk about V9 grows and let everybody know who you are again and what you're doing. So yeah, I'm gonna let you take the floor for a minute and talk about yourself.
I got no problem doing that, you guys.
I know you don't. That's the appropriate response right there. That's it.
I love it. So, hello, what up? What up? What up? It's your boy D9 Grows 420. So basically, what I do, I run a cannabis live stream grow series on Facebook, and I'm gonna start multicasting on Twitch and a couple of other platforms as well, where I teach people right at home live how to grow their own medicine at home on a budget, completely on a budget, from budget grow life that I am partnered with, which are Cali Grow, LEDs, and Sono Farm, to budget genetics like novelty bean seeds from Captain Redbeard, who's in the June edition of High Science magazine, along with myself. I am in the June edition.
Congratulations.
Well, and from that to Rosin Presses, THC testers from the T-Check, which is right here. Also a product that's been in High Times magazine, the T-Check, right here. It tests flour, it tests concentrate, and it tests infusions like coconut oil, butter, MCT oil, all that stuff. Yeah,
we need to get that information.
Yeah, definitely want to get that information because we're definitely interested.
For $400 for the entire kit and the whole expansion, that's worth it. And you can use my code D9Grows420.
That's nice. Yeah, throw those codes out.
Several other things. Everything you can get from Cali Grow LEDs to Sono Farm LEDs to Captain Redbeard Genetics to the T-Check to the Veg Plus Bloom nutrients that I use. That code's different. Most of those codes are just D9 Grows 420, except for the hydroponic research nutrients that I use, which is Veg Plus Bloom, Shine Additives, Factwell, stuff like that. The code is VB for Veg Bloom, V9. That'll get you 20% off your entire order. So basically what I do on top of that is I do a lot of product reviews too. So I'll give you guys a bird's eye view, and I can do that actually right now, believe it or not.
Do it, yeah.
Give you guys a bird's eye view of what I do on my stream. So basically, I give you guys a 100% full experience inside of my garden. 100%. I'm not leaving anything out. Now I got to figure out how to flip this camera around. I gotta flip that. Anyway, I'm gonna do it this way. So this is my garden, as you can see.
Wow.
So most viewers get a view into my garden completely. I am 100% compliant. I have my licenses sitting right on the wall behind me, all three of them.
That's Missouri state law, right? You have to have a license to home grow, right?
You have to have a license to home grow. And in Missouri, their laws are very, very dope. So in Missouri, each cultivation license gets you to grow up to 18 plants a piece.
Nice.
That's 6 in every stage. So you get 6 that are a veg seedlings or clones. You get 6 in veg and 6 in flower, all at the same time. That's your 18.
Constant cycle.
But if you become a caregiver, you can increase that number.
So
this is what people get to see in my garden. They get to see the lights that I use, the tents that I use, the carbon filters that I use, the soil that I use, the fans, CO2 bags, everything. You get a 100% total viewing experience live. in my garden live. It is not pre-recorded unless you go watch the replay. But on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time on Facebook, you can check out my live stream, D9 Grows 420, to get a glimpse into all of my gardens. I give you guys grow tips. I do giveaways every single week. I do massive giveaways. As a matter of fact, I have one going on right now. Right now, I have a massive giveaway going on right now where you can win 2 Cali Grow LED lights and a pack of seeds, a pack of genetics, like 2 packs of genetics from Captain Redbeard, and a V9 Grows 420 shirt, like that banner says. V9 Grows 420 shirt. That's the first prize winner. Second prize winner is going to win 2 packs of genetics and a shirt. The third prize winner is going to win a pack of genetics and a shirt.
Nice.
The fourth prize winner is going to win a shirt.
Nice. That's an amazing. And so when is that contest going on for how long?
It's actually going on right now. You can go on V9 Grows 420 on Facebook. If you go to the post section, scroll down, the very first post you're going to see is going to be a pinned post at the very top. All the instructions are in there. Follow all the instructions. Download the V9 Grows 420 app. Participate in all of the questions. Post your stuff. Tell your stories and engage. That's all you got to do.
And when does the contest end?
It ends on June 29th at 4:20.
Okay, so yeah, this interview is definitely going to be up in time for y'all to enter that contest. So go enter that contest. Make sure you follow V9 Grows for sure. That's pretty amazing.
I will be right back. You guys keep on chatting.
I just honestly, like, it's one of those things that I'm very happy that I'm able to do for so many people. Because looking from the outside in, I grew up in downtown St. Louis. For those who don't know, I grew up in downtown St. Louis, and in the 80s and in the 90s, St. Louis wasn't the nicest and safest neighborhood, especially downtown. Talking every type of crime you can think of, I've witnessed it all, and I'm not making it up. I've witnessed it for real. So growing up in a time like that, like a lot of positive things didn't come out of it. So what I did was I took that energy and channeled it a different way because of my ADHD. Because I was always looked at a little bit different because I was different, and no one really knew what ADHD was back then. No one had a grasp on it. It was the early 90s. They had no fucking clue. Like, we're just learning this stuff too.
Yeah,
I know.
And if you had it, it was like a made up disease or.
Exactly. They treated everything like it was ADHD. They really did it to target. Honestly, they really did it to target Blacks and Hispanic boys, and it was perfectly timed. There was a guy who told a story, and he tells a very, very interesting story on how this whole thing started. So think about this for a second, and then I got to take you on a little history.
Hydrate. Brighten up my light a little bit. Sun's going down.
Sun's getting real low. Sound like Black Widow.
It's my favorite line. It's my favorite line in the movie when she doesn't say it. Actually, when it's in Thor Ragnarok, when he's in the arena and he was like, "Sun's getting real low, big guy."
And it didn't work for him because it ain't her.
Yeah.
So growing up in that area, like where it's really hard and tough, like I had to channel a lot of that energy because of my ADHD. I'm gonna turn this light down just a little bit because it's a little bright. So by doing that, I took that's different colors. Hey, I like that. So basically, in nutshell, I had to take like the energy I poured into that and transform it. So I transformed the energy into like helping people. I chose to help a lot of people. I got involved in like a lot of multi-level marketing businesses. I got involved in music pretty heavily. I got involved in IT, which I've been doing for 20 years now. I know I don't look like it. Yeah, I've been in IT for 20 years. I'm 37 years old. But, you know, and by doing that, I basically took an idea that I gave to a former friend. Well, actually, this was a friend of mine who runs a channel and runs a page on Facebook. And I said, hey, why don't we do live streams since no one's talking about the home grow program? And started turning my camera on August the 20th, 2019, which is symbolic for a lot of different reasons because on August the 20th, 1619, 400 years prior, was the day that slavery started in the colonies. So I basically use that as a way to take the power back a little bit. So that's kind of where I went with that. And then now I just run live streams every Tuesday where I teach people how to grow their own medicine, how to make sure they don't get absolutely ripped off, which is why I do product reviews. It's difficult for people to trust products, especially in a brand new market when no one's ever tried them, no one's ever used them. All they do is see videos from folks they don't even know. So how they gonna know and trust these people when they can't get the information right in front of them? So I take that information, I'll purchase the product, or the company will either donate it to me, and I'll do reviews live, and I'll do a video review, and all my reviews on it. Every single one.
It's a good idea. And it's a service that people need, I think, especially with legal cultivation happening across the nation, with legalization happening across the nation, and then with a lot of those programs, including home cultivation, people need to know how to do things. So if we used your setup the way you have your setup done, and minus your discount codes, because that's going to save us a lot of money, right? But minus your discount codes, what do you think a person would need to invest in a home cultivation?
That's my dog. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. We all have them.
I would say minus the discount code. I would say about what. It depends on which setup you want, because there's two packages that I offer. There's a keg. I call it the keg for a reason. KEG. You think beer, right? No. Instead of cost effective, I call it Kush effective.
I like it.
Grow package. It's the Kush effective grow package number 1 and the Kush effective grow package number 2. The first one is like a small 3x3 tent with one of the Cali grow lights, and then you can use one of the Sono Farm lights, and it'll cover the entire tent. It's for like a beginner who kind of just wants to get started on a couple plants.
Yeah,
that package
small space too.
Right, that package is under $470.
Okay,
that's with all my discount codes. Without them, you're probably gonna pay upwards of $550.
So that's pretty good discounts.
Still ain't bad. And there's another one that's a 4x4 package. That's the keg 2, which is like if you want to do all 6 plants, and you can use 2 Cali Grow lights, or you can use one of the Sono Farm lights. Doesn't really matter, and it'll cover your entire tent 4x4. And that one's under $850 with my code. Without my code, it's about $1,000.
Yeah, it's pretty good prices.
Yeah, that's
pretty affordable even without your code. So with your codes,
because you got to think, like, there's lights out there that just cost $1,000 just for the lights.
Yeah, exactly. And so you're finding effective lights that are not cost effective, that are not that cost an arm and leg.
This light you just saw in here, this one right here. Take a wild guess on how much this light costs. Now this is now mind you, I gotta tell you, this is an 800-watt bar light. 800 watts, 2,252 diodes are in this light. It has ultraviolet switches built in, infrared built in, far red built in, power on and off and dimmer built into the model, stock with every single model. It's not different. No extra cost. How much you think this light costs?
I don't know. I haven't been shopping lights lately.
Let me give you a ballpark figure. So
Yeah,
HLG's flagship light is a Scorpion 65 650R, which is a 630 watt light. 630 watts. So keep that in mind because
okay.
the wattage matters.
Yeah, it does.
Their light it's $1,100 for their light.
Oh shit.
$1,100.
And you didn't, and I don't feel like you paid more than that for your lights, though.
How much you think I paid for that light?
I think you paid half of that because maybe 800 because you look out.
Ding, 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 ding. She nailed it. I paid $800 for that light. Well, it will be $800 when it comes out. So we kind of at Cali Girl, they believe in $1 a watt, or at least very, very close to it. No matter what the model is, even if you get bar lights, doesn't matter. The model, whatever you're gonna pay is gonna be close, very, very close, or exactly $1 a watt. Period. Which is what it should be in the market. But you would think a lot of these greedy folks don't want to help patients for real. They want to price gouge because I know how much it costs to make this stuff. I know how much it really costs to make these lights. That one light probably costs anybody upwards of $225 to make total, and you're gonna sell it for $800. You feel what I'm saying? That's a fair price. It's a good light. That's fair, but not $1,100 for 630 watts that only covers the same footprint that this thing covers. There's a lot of factors you got to look at when you buy a grow light, and I want to talk about that if I may.
Yeah, you may.
Please do.
So, I want to show you guys something. So this is a grid that I actually had on my grow light. Here it is, where I did a comparison. This is a PPFD par grid. I use this thing right here now. Now I want folks to see this. This is the most important aspect of how you test quantum Bohr lighting. You cannot test quantum Bohr lighting properly any other way unless you have this device right here. This is an Apogee light meter. You've seen them in videos. They put it in the tent, they slide it around like this, and put it in spots, and this thing gives you a reading. And I'm going to show you how it works. It reads light. So I'm going to take this thing off. It reads light intensity. It works right now. I'll show you the numbers. Because this light over here is on, that light over there is on. So look what it's getting right now. This is how much light it's getting, 2. That's 2 light PPF, because it's not very intense. Watch what happens to this number when I put this motherfucker right over here. Turn around, goddammit. It ain't turning. I'm gonna turn this on back here. The number's gonna shoot up like crazy.
You're playing Twister over there. It's very interesting.
Yes.
Watch this.
Whoa. Look at that.
These are the kind of numbers you want.
Yep.
Oh, move over to
over a little bit. There you go.
Whoa.
There you go.
1,800. Now that's the lowest part of the canopy. I'm at the lowest part of the canopy now. 1,100. So that number means something. That's your light intensity. You want numbers like that, especially when you're in flower. When you're in flower, your numbers have to be 700 or higher. If your numbers ain't 700 or higher, your yield is going to be lacking. Your quality, your bud production is going to be really, really small. Your resin glands are going to be very, very small. You're not going to get very sticky bud. you're gonna get a failed harvest. You're gonna be like very disappointed.
Yeah.
You wasted all that time to get basically nothing.
Nothing.
You want lights that are very, very intense, but not the ones that are gonna burn your plants. If anybody's interested in learning about these lights, any of the lights that I use, how high to hang them, how low to hang them, you can always ask me. I'll test all of these lights that I use. I test everything.
Nice. So let's talk about your preferred method of growing. You grow in soil, dirt. Do you prefer starting from seed or from clone?
I prefer from clone for a lot of different reasons. When you start from clone, it gives you a great advantage. I mean, it gives you so many advantages. Let's go ahead and start with the first major advantage. Time. It saves you about a month and a half of vegging time.
Yep.
So you shave that off already. So that's already 6 weeks that you ain't got to invest because it's already a young veg plant the moment you get it in the soil and you realize it starts growing.
It's rooted,
day one of veg. Start day one of veg, do your 30 or 45 day and put the flower.
Yeah.
That's it. Short. The second advantage that I think is you get the exact same genetics as the parent. I mean, identical. There is nothing different. The third thing, if those genetics are very, very stable, you're not going to run the risk of herming, diseases, mold, or pests, especially if they have those resistances already to them because you're getting the same genetics.
Right.
The next advantage, in my opinion, is probably one of the best. I don't have to pop seeds.
Yeah.
Like not having to pop seeds and you can really get roots on a cutting. See, there's a difference between a cutting and a clone. That's really, really important for you guys to know. So the definition of a cutting, per definition, is tissue matter. So if I cut a branch off of a tree, that branch don't have no roots, which means it doesn't even have life anymore. It has no veins to uptake any nutrients. It is tissue matter. When it has roots, then it's a clone. That's when it becomes a clone. You're like, oh shit, yeah.
And how long? How long for roots? How long should we wait for roots?
It depends on how you clone it. If you're using rock wool cubes and just a little root bin, I wouldn't go that direction because it's a little bit of hard work. I would use a bubbler, an oxycloner. Do not listen to me. Do not buy the easy cloner. It's good, but it's too expensive. It is the same thing as an oxycloner or sprout cloner or whatever other cloner on Amazon. Look, don't spend $180 on a freaking cloner that can do the same thing these other ones can do. Trust me.
Thank you.
I can't tell people like, I got an easy clone. I'm like, you got ripped off. Like you got ripped off, yo. Because my bubbler cloner, like over here, basically does the exact same thing, and I paid $48, and you paid $200. Like
nice, awesome.
So that's a great advantage, like the cloning. Like start from 7 to 12 days.
I prefer hydrocloning for sure. Hydrocloning is easier.
I would say 7 to 12 days is a good optimal time that you're gonna definitely get the roots.
I'm a 7 to 10 day girl, so I'm a little shorter. But yeah, we're in the same time frame.
Yeah. And basically, how I do it, I just take my cuttings, I cut it at 45 degrees, I put the motherfucker in my mouth.
Listen, what you're saying is not bullshit. Like, definitely put your cutting into a water source immediately because what will happen if you don't is that, and it basically takes in air, and that kind of kills the plant a little bit inside. So you don't want to leave it out of water for any length of time. Put it directly into a moist place so it can start uptaking water immediately. Yeah, absolutely.
Also to add to that.
Were you in the conversation where we were talking about seed genetics and like putting it in your mouth? Were we having that conversation before? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about the science behind that. I want to see some science behind that. I want to see some R&D behind that for sure.
Well, all my current clones of Captain Redbeard stuff is they all have my saliva on them, and they all rooted.
We've been smoking the LaVaughn cuts.
The cross between Captain and V9 genetics.
He was like, make sure. He was like, when we were in St. Louis, though, for real, he was like, make sure, like he was making sure we were smoking too, like what he brought. He was like, this is mine. So you wanted us to smoke some LaVaughn genetics.
Got to make sure you have it,
Yeah, I know. We had it. So we all got a little bit of that. Take that wherever you want to, ladies and gentlemen. You know how my mind works. This is my favorite thing. I want to get one of these so bad. I just got a Dr. Dabber. So while you're doing that, and we haven't done this in any of the clips, I'm just going to do a Dr. Dabber commercial break and let y'all know that you can get your Dr. Dabber by going to the website and using the code CanaQueenDGO. This thing is really amazing. It's an amazing little rig. It hits so hard, and I'm still learning how to use it actually, because there's 6 settings and there's all these, there's like a little booklet. It's like a little pamphlet of instructions. I'm looking around to see where I put it. Oh, here it is. It's a whole pamphlet of button pushes and instructions of all these cool things that this thing can do. It has like a party mode where it like blinks and lights up, and it has it's really cool. Anyways, you can get a discount. CanaQueenDGO is a 15% discount on the Dr. Dabber website. I'm still learning it, but it's really, it hits so hard. It gets me so stoned. I'm gonna hit it right now. I'll do it right now. A little Dr. Dabber break.
Do it.
Yeah, I love this thing. I love this. What you're using though, I really like that, because I like using the torch from time to time, but that's all set up all together, so it's really nice.
That's right. So the name Rio actually means rig in one.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's rig in one, Rio, and it's fucking great.
Yeah, it is great. We used it while we were there. No, I'm supposed to take that piece out, but I think if I can confidently just drop that on the atomizer, we'll be good to go.
There you go, sit flush.
And then the only thing that so far, aside from the numerous instructions that once I learn them, it's fine. It's a non-issue. But the only thing is that this piece right here, it doesn't have like a flat bottom, right? So when you have to take it off to load, you have to take this off to load, because the loading chamber's underneath here. So I just made a jar for it. I just made I have a little jar for it, so I just set it on that jar whenever I'm reloading. But I mean, with that said, this thing has so many other dope features that I feel like I can get over that.
Woodward has one. Nick Woodward with Dab Stars has one. And it is fucking dope. I'm not gonna lie.
It's really dope.
Everything has its flaw. Even this motherfucker has a flaw. I'm gonna tell you what the flaw is on this one. I can tell you what the flaw is. The neck piece right here on the glass breaks a little bit easily.
Yeah,
I broke it. I hit it with a plastic mouse very gently, and the motherfucker snapped. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, because it sits up like that.
Yeah.
That happened to me the other day. I hit before I came out, I had to replace the bowl for my Stundin because I hit it with the torch. The bowl on my Stundin glass. And shit. it just cracked right in half. It was a full bowl too. It was ready to go. I was upset.
That's tragic. That's tragic. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I got a new bowl for it, and we all got to use it. It was dope.
You know, I need
to put it back up like that. You back again. You back in action, just like that.
Just like that. I'm in action right now.
When I move, you move.
Little honey
like
dab. All those devices. Yeah. That scares me. I want one of your little.
It has this thing on the back.
The nectar collector.
It has this little button on the back, and when I push it, it like opens the air paths up, and I get a bigger hit. So it's like murder. Same. Same. That thing rips, dude.
Man, that's fucking crazy, yo. I'm pretty fucked up right now.
Yo, that Dr. Dabber, I turned it off before it finished its cycle. I turned it off because those 2 rips that I just took were crazy. Get you one, 15% off. Can Queen DGO.
That's dope.
Okay.
So I want to talk about lights.
Tell me.
So one of the questions I get a lot about grow light is like, what company should I choose? Like, what light should I get? There's about 5 different factors you can look at when you want to buy a grow light. These are very, very important. The first thing you want to look for, especially based on your grow area, when you buy a grow light, check the details on it, the description on it, and make sure you look at the flower coverage area. Flower coverage area is the most important, not your veg coverage area, unless all you're doing is vegging, then that's fine. But if you're going to flower with this light, check the flower coverage area. Make sure the footprint meets your specification. Because if it doesn't, you're quite literally going to be using a light that won't even cover your entire grow area. And you're going to get smaller buds the further the plants go out. You don't want that to happen. You want to get a light that's going to completely do great light spread. Like the bar lights are really, really good for that. That's why there's bars.
Yeah.
So light spread can be even. The second thing you want to look for is price. You don't want to pay a ridiculously high price for a light that's basically made with the same materials that every other company's made with. Let me go ahead and give you guys a piece of advice here. And this is what the industry will never tell you. Look, you can go on Google. It's the 21st century, you guys. Look. Use
the technology in your hands.
No. I'm keeping it real. I'm
Absolutely.
We family, right? We family.
Yeah.
Cannabis Closet. We family, right? All right, we family.
are.
Yep.
So check this out. I'm keeping it real with you. The great Eddie Griffin, the comedian, Eddie Griffin said it
Oh,
best.
I met him at an airport one time.
The great Eddie Griffin said it best. He said,
He called my dog ugly.
It ain't illegal yet, but they working on it.
Yeah.
You think, you guys, it's not illegal to do that. Use it. Go on Google and look up the top 10 semiconductor companies in the world. Semiconductors are the diodes that they use in these lights. The little small little white little things and the red little sticks. Those are semiconductors. Look up the top 10 companies in the world. There are 3 companies that I love greatly that are on that list. Cree, Osram, and Seoul Semiconductors. Now, you would think, wait a minute, isn't Samsung the best company in the world? You know, let's talk about Samsung this and Samsung that, right? No, not really. If you look on the list, Samsung didn't even make the list. Surprise. They didn't even make the list. So, it makes you think, why would people invest their money in boards based on a name where they're not even in the top 10 in the world who make these lights? It makes no sense. So
name recognition.
It doesn't make any. They're out of the question.
Yeah.
Most of the companies out here like HLG, Gavita, Foshi, Grower's Choice, Photon, Raging Kush, Next Light. I could just keep going on and on and on. They're way overpriced, yo. And if you're watching, I hope you are. You fucking know it.
I hope you watch it too. You should watch.
You know it.
We need to solve the problems.
Seriously, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, yo.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
These lights should be everywhere, and they will be everywhere if your price low. But you know what? Keep your price where it is. I'm a holler at Sonar Farm in Cali Grove, but like let's go ahead and just flood the gate. Flood it all.
Absolutely. Make it accessible.
We literally make listen, you guys. We all make the same product. It's just a different design. It's the same product. The drivers are the same. The diodes are the same. The shit is the same. The question you got to ask yourself is how much you want to pay, what features you want, does it cover your footprint? Are these numbers on here, PPFD and part numbers? You see HLG right here? Well, County Grove. You see HLG? I tested their lights in my tent. Look at this. Look at these numbers. It's kind of a little faded, but the numbers. I even broke it down right here where it shows you the price. I broke it down. Look at that's the price. The average PPFD is $994 for HLG's lights. Look at the price point, $970. Then if you go over here, you'll see the average PPFD for Cali Grove, $767, which ain't too far off from it. But look at the price point, $560. Even if I added a third light, I would kill these numbers over here and still pay less than what I paid over here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. So the numbers that I ran on all of it were like almost spot on, yo. Look at the middle for HLG numbers. It's a very, very middle right here. What's that number say? 1850 something? Look at the middle number for Cali Grove. What does that say? 1712. So basically that's at the par is the photons that the light put out that the plants can absorb. The higher the number, the better, but you don't want to go too high because it'll kill your CO2, which is why you put CO2 bags in your tent to supplement it. So the numbers aren't that far off. 100 par is not going to kill you. It ain't. If it was like 400 off, I would understand it.
Right. But it's not that far off. So the difference is minuscule. It's minor.
It's minuscule. So now we got price out the way. We got footprint out the way. We got part out the way. Now we got diodes out the way too. Now what's the last one? What's the last one? What company you want to go with?
Mm-hmm.
That's the last question you got to ask you. What company you want to go with? Because now you know what you want to pay, what the footprint's going to be, kind of par you want to have. You already know what kind of diodes you want to go with. Now pick your company.
Yeah.
All your other questions got answered. Cali Grow and Sono Farmers. It should be.
And you don't have to do the research, you know, because LaVaughn's already done it for you. So
I teach you, yo. I teach you.
And you answer questions. So this isn't going to be live for anybody watching. This isn't going to be live. This is pre-recorded, but you answer questions live on your broadcasts on Tuesday too, right?
Absolutely.
And I imagine you go into as much detail with answering those questions as you've done here today.
I answer as many basic questions as possible. The reason why I say basic is because I feel like if I go too in depth with advanced questions and I answer super advanced questions, I kind of feel like I should get a consultation for that, because then I believe that I'm giving you more information than what I actually give everybody else.
Yeah,
who actually do put in the effort to
but not for nothing. I mean, you still give a lot of information.
Absolutely.
Even, yeah. So it's not like it's like you're pulling back. Yeah.
Bottom line, knowledge should be free. Knowledge should absolutely be free. What you're paying for.
Well, it is. It's just a matter of, do I want to read it myself, or do I want to hear somebody tell me about it?
Correct.
Right? And the knowledge itself should be free, but the time is what you're paying for. You're paying for so much time.
Right.
Having someone tell you what to do with that knowledge once you have it, it's like I can read books all day long, but until my dog squeaking this dang toy,
she's like, pay attention to me.
That's dope. Okay. That's something dope. Yo. It doesn't even bother me. I'm like,
she's been bugging me since 4 o'clock to go
do the thing. Yeah. Shh, don't say it.
So a lot of weird stuff happens around here, loud noises and stuff, and Sam always wonders how I can sleep through all of that stuff. And I tell her, I say, Sam, look, did you forget where I grew up? Think about it. I heard this shit all the time. If it wasn't gunshots, it wasn't normal. If it wasn't helicopters, it wasn't normal. If it wasn't police sirens, it wasn't normal. I woke up to that. I woke up to silence. I went to sleep to noise.
Look, if anybody, look, MJ could sleep through anything. She could fall asleep.
Earthquakes, 4 tornadoes, all of it.
I legit was like, how is she asleep? The whole trip, I would be like, how is she asleep right now? I don't even. You would just pass out, and in weird positions too, like
a little broken neck.
Yeah. I don't
know about that one.
That's why I have neck issues.
I'm a definitely sleep through every fucking thing, yo. I'm done. Look, if I'm asleep, I'm asleep. If I die in my sleep, great. I died comfortable.
That's a good night for me if I sleep that hard.
I died comfortable. Like, you feel
me? So, what else do we want to cover before we?
I want to talk about getting your Twitch up and running and how we can make that happen, because with us having our Twitch channel, when we are not broadcasting,
it's called hosting, baby. Hosting.
Host each other, yeah.
That's without a doubt. Why would I now? You guys gonna be way at the very, very top. Actually,
yeah. Well, you sponsor our show, so of course you'll be the first that we broadcast.
I don't have to be. I'm a very humble guy.
I know you actually are. I mean, I would say that you are a presence, but actually you're quite humble, and just another sponsor break, we'll go ahead and sponsor break for V9 Grows, because V9 Grows sponsors the show. Is the reason that we are running on StreamYard right now. And you can catch Tuesdays at tell me what time again.
7 o'clock Central Standard Time. 7 o'clock Central Standard
7 o'clock.
Time.
So that's 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time.
So here's the best way to get it. So here's the best way to know when to catch the stream. Get the V9 Grows 420 app.
He's got an app for that.
So I have so basically when you enter the giveaway on my V9 Grows Facebook page, one of the steps is to get the V9 app.
You got an app.
You get the app. You go into the app. You can post your pictures of your weed without getting flagged. You can talk about books without getting flagged. You can join the group.
So like a whole community.
The whole fucking community without getting flagged.
We didn't even know that. You didn't tell us that.
Yeah, we didn't know this existed.
Listen. For lack of a better term, I'm metaphorically speaking here, you can have a bong hanging out your ass. You're not gonna get flagged.
Please don't.
Happen.
Please don't do
it. Don't do it. I'd rather you not, but you know. So
I don't want to see that, but
thanks.
My opinion about it.
Yeah, it's a perfectly. So all my event stuff shows up there where I'm going and stuff. I have an event section. I have a store where all my merch is. I have like a little general discussion. You can create your own discussions. You can create your own topics. You guys, it's your forum. I opened it up for you guys.
So speaking of pictures, I think I got a beef with you right now.
Oh.
What?
I spent two weekends in Missouri and not one single picture with the cannabis closet. Did we? I didn't see it.
We did. I think Sam has it. I think Sam took it. Well,
I hope she did.
Goddamn 47. I'm gonna find that picture. I'm gonna find it.
We're gonna have to screenshot one of our other recordings.
And if I don't find it, you guys will get the most humblest apology on the planet. Like fact.
I was like, did he not take a picture with us?
If I didn't, you guys, I am the worst sponsor ever.
No, we're okay. We're just joking. We were just joking you. Yeah. There was a lot going on those 2 weekends, really. Honestly, there was so much going on. And we didn't get a picture with you either, just to be fair. So we didn't either snap a picture. I think actually
even I swear to God, we got it at the Cola Lounge. Oh my God.
It's so funny because
I was like, I know we gotta make it happen. I'm like, there's no way.
It's so funny because we did a couple interviews in St. Louis in this really cool podcast room, and the only person we took a picture with was Zach, because we were like, let's take a picture so that we can post on our page about these upcoming interviews with the people, show the people's faces and stuff. And then we got one picture with one.
Well, we were, it was so cool to have the super secret podcast room, but at the same time, it was far away. And we definitely weren't able to.
I think if we next time that we want to do something like that with now we're just talking business, so so the next time that we're recording it, this is gonna be posted, so we include our followers, our listeners, our friends into our business plans a lot. We're like, what do y'all think? So I think next time, if we want to do one-on-one interviews like we did, which we really enjoy doing this is kind of my favorite part, is learning about others, is we have to schedule it within the event so that everybody knows where we are, knows what we're doing, knows that we're scheduled that, and doesn't plan anything that we would need to be involved in, including like pictures or speaking or whatever.
Agreed.
You know?
Yes.
So I think that would be a good idea. And somebody should write that down. I'm not going to do it.
Real quick, you guys, too, for anybody who's wondering, like, because I know a lot of people sometimes, well, I don't have Facebook, or I don't know how to find you on Facebook.
Yeah.
There's a very, very easy way you can find me on Facebook. If you guys have a Facebook account, all you got to do is go on b9grows420.com on the actual webpage, and when it loads, where it says Missouri first, and it says the word live is a hyperlink. If you click the hyperlink, it takes you straight to my stream page.
Nice. That's awesome. And you're going to link your Twitch to that too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because he's coming back to Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Cannabis Closet podcast requested it.
Yes.
Yeah, I got
mostly it's for us. It's because we want content on Tuesdays.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
We need content on Tuesdays. So
nothing wrong with that at all.
When you at the top of the list.
I gotta think how to get the chat integrated too. That would be dope.
Yes.
They know who's commenting from what platform, and that would be really, really dope.
Yeah, I think we're using StreamYard, and we can under the plan that we have, we can broadcast up to 3 platforms. There's a plan that's like a little bit more than the one that we have, but we just have that
3.
Yeah, we just needed 3, so we just went with that one. And then so this one's really good. I was thinking about I like the additions of StreamYard, what StreamYard brings to the Twitch channel. Not StreamYard, Streamlabs, excuse me. But I just have to figure out how to run it in the background and let it run in the backgrounds, and just use StreamYard as our main. So that's what we're figuring out, the technology of it all, but also figuring out like what we need and don't need and everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, after this, and I got some business to take care of here with a friend of mine. I'm going over some pretty large stuff for just the community as a whole, because a lot of holes need to be filled. But I would love to sit down with you guys and work on each other's projects. I think that's important.
Yeah, we should definitely collab.
We would.
I think that's super important. I was really thinking about that on the drive. I'm like, I was thinking, no, that'd be dope if we just work on each other's projects.
Yeah, I agree.
And to say, okay, because I already have, like I said, I already have that stuff, and I keep needing to send it to you. The file is sitting right here. Like, goddamn, I can do that shit right now.
Yeah.
Send it right now. I could just, since my black ass is right here, do it right now. I'm with that. I can do that right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy because I never thought that. I guess I never thought at this point that I would even. Because there was some point I thought B9 Grows 420 wasn't even gonna continue. I had a really rough patch that I hit, you guys, like where I kind of had a disagreement with the content creators page, and we have since resolved that. He confessed to some things, and I was like, okay, that pretty much confirmed what I already knew, but not
Right.
important. You manned up and you came to me and you told me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I respect that.
But I have to respect the hell out of that. I can't do anything but respect them for that. But just how it happened kind of discouraged me.
Right.
So, but it wasn't, and it was all because of one person who kept me going. One person who picked me up while he was already down. Like, he was down, and unfortunately he's no longer with us. Johnny Panici. Shout out to my brother. Every time I mention his name, I gotta do a dab because that's my guy.
All right,
Johnny,
then I'll do a dab too.
He is the dabbing daddy. Johnny Panici is the dabbing daddy. Dabbing Daddy, he created Dabbing Daddy. The group on Facebook. That's Johnny Panici. So shout out to Johnny Panici, brother. I love you. Panici, you know this dab is for you. You already know how I'm about to do it. You know, V9 don't play no game.
Yeah, we got it heating up right now. Dr. Dabber. Use Can of Queen DGO to get 15% off. Shameless plug. I'm just gonna do it. I stopped caring about everything except my mission once I set foot in Missouri. I don't know. Honestly, once I set foot in my car to go to Denver, I was like this different.
Mm-hmm.
And it is. It has been. It has been different.
It's that Midwest grind. The Midwest grind just.
It's inspirational.
Yeah, it
is
on fire.
That Midwest grind,
like just maintaining that fire, you know. It's good stuff.
I think the fire could burn 10, 20, 100 times hotter if people check their egos.
Oh, please, at the door. At the door.
Seriously, yo. That fire could burn the entire country. You know how much we could do together if we worked together? You know how much we could actually do? See, people complain about all these outside entities getting in our cannabis industry. Well, you know how we shut them up? How we shut them up? Flood the caregiver network. Flood it. Flood the caregiver network. Flood it.
But then we need to make sure that caregivers are protected. I mean, that's
work with your boy V9. Listen, work with me. Work with me. We can come up with the plan. We can set it all up. This is what I do. I consult. You can check me out. Work with the plan. We can get it all set up and get it all completely compliant. And we can literally just have an entire network. And only have to worry about dispensaries. I ain't no respect to them, but at the same time, they don't want to play ball. Only select dispensaries we'll mess with, like people who we know, like Dr. Lisa Rourke. I fuck with Dr. Lisa Rourke. I got nothing but love with her. Doc Mac, I fuck with Doc Mac. I may not fuck with the other guy who owns that motherfucker, but I don't fuck him. I'm gonna say exactly what it is, because he don't look. Number one, he don't even consume cannabis. Already you disqualified. You already disqualified.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. No offense to anybody that doesn't consume cannabis. No offense. We need the allies. The allies are important. But
how you gonna win a license and make money in a community?
Right.
And see what I'm saying?
Like, that part.
Come on, yo.
Come
on, yo.
No.
You don't even. I never touched that stuff. Oh, but you can make money off of it.
Don't call it that. What? Stop talking about her that way. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, I said it.
I don't like it.
No, I definitely am.
And then his wife says, I don't smoke the marijuana. I don't smoke the marijuana. Well, why y'all selling it? I mean, how can you educate people when, as an owner, and you know nothing about the product? You know nothing about it. Nothing. How can you educate anybody as a? First of all, this is medicine. Let's go ahead and call it what it is. It's medicine. As an owner of a dispensary that dispenses medicine to patients, you as the owner can't even describe terpenes. That's a problem with me, yo.
Yeah.
In fact, everybody should be up and on about any operator who knows nothing about the product.
Agreed. We listen.
Flat
we
out,
are all
flat
about the
out.
education. You got to get out of there. Yeah.
Flat out. Flat. The end of story. And if anybody got a problem with anything I said, if you an operator, come see me. Let's talk. Let's go live.
No, I have to agree with you on this one. We need people who understand the plant.
Yo.
Yeah.
Real. You gotta understand the plant in order to educate, in order to medicate. Come on now. I could go on and on about this.
It's infuriating too for those of us who are just like super dedicated to this.
And not only that, Queen, dig this out. And MJ, dig this out. Check this out. Not only that, for folks who invested their hard-earned money to get a license and got a middle finger, who could do the education that some of the operators out here can't fucking do. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People who have a heart for this shit. People who have a true heart for this shit. Not just for this, not just for your money. I just say, oh, here you go. I'm gonna sell you a $480 round. Here you go. $480. But you know what? It's medicine, and I care about the patient. No, the fuck you don't. If it's $480, no, the fuck you don't. If it's $380, you're gonna care about the patients if it's $250 or less. That's when you care.
Yeah.
That's when you care. That's when you care. And here's how you do it, operators. Instead of putting don't put a chokehold on the operators on the dispensaries. The dispensaries need to put a chokehold on the growers. So you know what? Keep your product. We're gonna help the home growers get their network up. And what we'll do is we'll do it on a donation basis. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Work with you guys and say, okay, you know what? We can get it from you. It's ways around it.
Get it from a different source. Yeah, I feel you.
It's ways around it. And dig this. Check this out. This whole line right here says it right here. That you said source. I'm so glad you said that. Source was a good word to use. Want to know why? This is a letter from DHSS right here. Lyndall Fraker signed it herself. So I can't make this up. Let me go ahead and read this highlighted portion for you all.
Please do. Oh, pause for a second. This is Missouri state law. Remember that these are state laws, and so they do change from state to state. So what he's reading is from Missouri. Go ahead.
Let me go ahead and get comfortable to read this one, Yeah, so it says, basically, it's telling you about Article 14 in reference to law enforcement when they pull over people and patients' rights. They're trying to educate law enforcement about patients' rights. So you can't just pull folks over, and if they have cannabis, you can't charge them if they are a legal patient and they have it concealed in a way where it's safe. You can't do that. As long as they're not consuming while they're driving.
Right.
So in the back of here, it says, in summary of all of this shit right here, in summary, it is the opinion of DHSS that pursuant to Article 14, which is the medical cannabis law that went into effect, individuals who hold a valid medical marijuana identification card are currently authorized to possess and use medical marijuana. Here's the important part that you guys need to listen for. And That's the key word. That's the link right there. Bam. And the lack of a mechanism by which those individuals may legally come into possession of medical marijuana does not change their right to possess it. What does that mean? I'll answer that question for you. That means if, quote unquote, I'm not saying this is going to happen because I'm not condoning this because I am a legal patient, but we all were not medical card holders before the law went into effect. So let's go ahead and just talk real.
Yeah, I mean, that's real.
If you are a medical card holder like myself, let's say you don't have medicine access anywhere and the dispensaries are too expensive, and JoJo up the street got a bag of weed, and you go get some weed from JoJo up the street. If you driving back to your house and you get pulled over, they can't take your weed. No matter where it came from. That's what they basically said.
Yeah.
It says, and the lack of a mechanism by which those individuals may come into legal possession of it does not change their right to possess it. So it doesn't matter where it came from. You got to get out of a sewer.
That's awesome. That's actually really good, and it's a patient protection that
patient protection. That's what it is. You nailed it.
Yeah, it needs to be in every state law, but unfortunately it's not. So be really careful in your state. Make sure you know the laws in your state.
Read your laws. Education is a part of what I do on V9 Girls.
So how can they find, if you're in Missouri, how can you where do you look to find these laws?
So you can go on Missouri Medical Marijuana, and it'll pull up the Missouri's DHSS page, and you can look up Article 14, Missouri Medical Marijuana Article 14. Everything is in there. So just check Article 14, Missouri Medical Marijuana Law. Everything that's on there, I guarantee, is in that law now because they've already re-amended it and they put it into the Constitution now. So now you can't change it. So everything that's in there now is in there. It ain't changing, which is good for us.
So if you're, for those watching,
as far as I know,
for those watching, you can set an alert if you want to keep up with what these laws say. So I definitely would highly recommend that, keeping up with what the laws are saying that we can and can't do, not just in the state, but also in your city, county, area, because there can be a moratorium in your area, but that doesn't take away from your state law. So if your state law says you can possess it, you can possess it, but there might be a moratorium on who can sell it in your city or your county or etc. So just keep that in mind.
Right.
We love having you on. I know that you guys are medical right now, but we've also been talking in our little groups about the potential of Missouri going adult use. We're not going to talk about that tonight because that could go on another whole hour for sure.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm not impressed.
I'm fading.
Yeah, I'm not impressed. What we're going to do, though, what we would like to do is bring you and a few others back to talk about this the adult use law that's being proposed, I guess, and how it's problematic. So we won't talk about that tonight, but I do want to extend an invite to you for a future show when I come back from vacation, because I'm going on vacation soon, and And then we'll bring a few people from Missouri on that are keeping up with what's going on out there. Maybe we can get some important people to come on and talk to us about why they're writing the laws this way. But from what I understand, they're kind of mums right now if we're not supporting them fully. So that might be impossible, but we'll try. We'll give it a shot.
I know Eric had
look, my motto is look,
how they're contributing what they would like to see, so we should definitely we still owe a lot of people some talks. So
yeah, absolutely.
I will say personally, like if some pretty powerful people in the state want to talk, and I would likely love to talk to them. I don't care who it is, politicians. I want to talk because honestly, you're not gonna like what I have to say because I'm just listen, you guys. I think the time for being subtle is over. Subtle stuff doesn't work for people in the 21st century anyway. We're too direct. Listen, we have to attack stuff where it is, and I'm gonna bring up subjects that you're not gonna want to hear, but you need to hear it. You're not gonna want to hear it, but you need to hear it.
Yeah.
It ain't really something you want to hear. I don't care about what you want to hear.
Right.
I care about what you need to hear.
Well, your citizens aren't always going to bring to you what you want to hear. That's the whole point. You're supposed to represent everybody and hear everybody. So sometimes your ideas aren't great.
Because guess what? Everybody voted your ass in the office. Remember that.
Yeah. So yeah, remember.
Remember that. I'm gonna keep that.
We're going to wrap this interview up. It's been so much fun. We always have fun when LaVaughn comes through, so we will definitely bring him back through again.
Definitely.
Do you want to, any last parting words,
yes,
LaVaughn?
Guys, yes, I will. I don't know when this is going up, but I will be down in Kleber, Missouri at the Kleber Lodge Sunday for the Can of Kickback event, Lit Q's event. Shout out to Lit Q. On the week after, the week of 7/10, I'll be down in Centerville at the 7/10 Midwest Golf Tournament. Down there, I have a sponsored golf cart, and I will also have a vendor booth as well. That's going to be really, really dope. And then after that, I got invited to speak with the creator of Chronic Palooza. I was invited to that event out in Oklahoma City for 420. I was the only Missourian there, but it was a fucking blast. Like, they treated me like I was family. Like, they showed me a lot of love, you guys. Smokelahoma is what I call it, baby. We had a great time in Smokelahoma, but yeah, I'm gonna be talking with her about putting some events on in the Midwest, a little closer to home. So get ready for that, and a lot of great things happening on V9 Grows 420.
Are you in Kansas City?
Yes, I am. I'm in the Kansas City metro area. Yes.
Okay, I'm asking because when we come out in August, listen, I'm just going to say we're coming out in August because I don't even care right now what anybody tells me. I'm just like doing my thing. I'm just like, I'm doing what I'm going to do. Okay. So when we come out in August, though, we have this like little plan. I don't want to talk about it too much because we got to like really talk to some people, but we would like to detour into Oklahoma for lunch and some live broadcasting. So if that's something that you would be interested in joining us to do on our way to St. Louis.
It really depends on what weekend it is because
it's we're going to be on our way to St. Louis for MoCan. So that's kind of when we're doing it in that time frame.
Well, I'm only saying because I have like joint custody of my children, so I have like weekends where I get them.
Yeah. I get that.
I'd rather be a weekend when I don't, so I can just literally go and not have to worry about it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I think it'll be the weekend before Mocane, because Mocane I think falls in the middle of the week or something, or at the beginning of the week or some. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I would definitely extend the invite once we figure out if we're actually going to do it. We'd like to detour into Oklahoma and meet some Oklahomans and in the cannabis space. And
I know you guys out there already. I know.
Yeah. So that's what we want to do.
Yeah, I know a few guys out there already. I made a lot of great connections when I was out there.
It's exciting, and I'm excited about it. But yeah, so she's like, I have to go. Any last parting words, MJ? Any last parting words, MJ?
No, I'm about to pass out because I need to eat. I need to drink. I have no. I'm dying here.
We love you, MJ.
So much, and we will talk so much more. And we have so many more.
Queen, we love you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Be nice to yourselves.
Yes, cultivate love
and stay lifted and hydrated. Stay hydrated and lifted. All right.
Love
See y'all
you.
later.
All right. Yay. Thanks everyone that tuned in. Let me get back to the regular screen here. Oh my gosh, I was almost just as hungry just now, but thank goodness I was not live and I went and made some macaroni and cheese in honor of Queen. So thank you again. Tune in next week. We're going to have more from our Missouri adventures. We have some of our St. Louis guests and vendors that we spoke to during the event and after. So we'll be playing some of those clips, and Queen will be back the week after that. She may sneak in here though. I'm hoping in between if she's got connection, and throwing up different videos of her adventures. So thank you again for everyone that tuned in. Matt Harley, LaVaughn, Will up here, and I think anyone else that joins us later. Thank you so much for your support. Remember to follow us live on Twitch. Set your notifications. Twitch.tv/CannabisCloset420. Every Monday, 4:20 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Join us live, and then we'll also just throw in clips of different adventures along the way. Stay tuned. Thanks so much. See y'all soon. Peace. Ooh, I did not say our usual sign off. I'm sorry. Be kind to yourself, cultivate love, and stay lifted.